Hello guys, it's Nate, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm very excited to be filming my August TBR. For the month of August, I am actually going to be participating in the autumn equinox for the Magical Readathon. I didn't participate in spring, and this will be my first time participating, but I just I'm going to jump in and start in autumn. I have made up my character and picked their path and their race and all sorts, but I am going to make a separate video for that and for the specific TBR. So I will have a whole separate video that covers all of that. I have gotten the prompts written down that I need to complete my semester at Aurelium, but so I'm going to try to make sure the prompts that I have for that fit with like the books that I pick for this game, but if they don't, I will just have more books. But yeah, I will make a whole separate video talking about that so I can talk about my character, my class, my classes I'm going to be taking and all of that jazz, but I am keeping like the prompts in mind while picking this game. Before we start, let's do a wrap up and see how we did for the month of July. I had 9 books in the month of July that I had to read, and these books here I have completely read. So these 6 books are completely read and are done. I will wrap all of them up and my thoughts and stuff in a reading wrap up, which will come at some point. As I'm filming this, it is Wednesday the 26th, so I still have 5 days left, and so I'm pretty confident that I will get the last 3 books read. I have about 300 pages of Clash of Kings, which I'm pretty sure I'll get read, and then I have Heartstoppers and Boys of Flowers, which are a comic and a manga, so easily I'll be able to get them read. So I'm considering this game complete and that I have in fact won this game, and so I'm giving myself that reward. Obviously I will edit in here if I did or not, hopefully yes. I do have my reader on haul book, which was my punishment. I have not read this yet. I do still intend to. Like I said, I've got 5 days still. I'm not working that much over the next 4 days, so I think I should be fine. But yeah, I have not read this book yet. I do intend to. But that book does not affect the outcome of this game, so we're going to say I completed it. So I had the challenge to read a book in a day, which I chose Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, which I did do. So I get a Waterstones or equivalent like price-wise book for that, and then I had the challenge of reading for 2 hours straight, which was this book, which was like straight with like no interruptions, not putting it down, etc. And I did that as well, so I get a works again or price equivalent book for that. And then as I completed my TBR, I also get a book for completing my month's TBR. So for the books that I chose for like my works or equivalent, I chose Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I bought this actually from Sainsbury's where it's £5, so it's actually cheaper than in the works. And I also get a discount at Sainsbury's, so it was actually £4.50. Then for my Waterstones book for completing Percy Jackson in a day, I picked Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is obviously hugely popular. Some people love it, some people really don't get the hype. So I'm excited to see where I fall in that. So the book I've chosen for winning the TBR is Arthur and Ted Are Coming Out by Ryan Love. I'm very excited about reading this. This is a new release. I think this year, and I'm really excited about reading this. So yeah, these are the 3 new books that I've got this month for winning those challenges and rewards. So without further ado, let's jump into this month's game. Everything is shuffled and we are ready to go. We're using Perry the Platypus for this month's game. A 1, okay, blue. So our first prompt for August is an adult main character. So for our first prompt, for adult main character, I am going to be picking Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. This book works for one of my readathon prompts, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, this is a romance. I think it's a new release this year. I'm not sure if it's a debut. I remember, I think, seeing the author on TikTok, which is kind of how I heard of it. I don't know if I've heard great things about it, but I think the premise sounds interesting. It's about a girl, Megan, who lives in the Tower of London, which I didn't even know you could do. But anyway, and I'm guessing she has a romance with one of the royal guards. I really like the play on words from the cover. So yeah, I don't know much more about it, but I'm assuming she's an adult. She's 26, so she's an adult, so it fits with the prompts. That's my first book for August TBR. Roll number 2, let's have something a bit higher. 2. And we have our first jar pick. We get jar picks quite a lot in these games. A series jar pick, let's go. So we're already shuffled, and I'm hoping to get the next City of book, the Mortal Instruments book, but I got this book instead, which is Beautiful Dead, Jones. Let me go grab it. So this is the book our series jar picked. It is book 1 Jones, from The Beautiful Dead by Eden Maguire. I really know nothing about this book. I don't know how long I've had it for. I don't know where it came from. It's just one of those books that I have. I'm guessing I think it's a YA or potentially like a middle grade. I don't know. It's not alive, not dead, somewhere in between it lie the beautiful dead. Something strange is happening in Ellerton High, Jones, Arizona. Summer, Phoenix, all dead within a year. I thought they were giving me places then. Jones Johnson is the first to die in a motorcycle accident, but there are many unanswered questions, and the 3 deaths that follow are equally mysterious. Grief-stricken, Darina can't escape her heartache or visions of her dead boyfriend Phoenix and the others who died, and all the while the sound of the beating wings echo inside her head. Are the visions real, or do the beautiful dead only exist in Darina's traumatized imagination? It's not a particularly big book. It's 284 pages, which is quite nice. This was a 2009 publication, and this version is, so I imagine I probably got it around that time. It was only like $5.99, so yeah, I probably bought it around that time, because I think I potentially bought it new, but yeah, this is the second book on our TBR for August. A bit more movement would be lovely. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A split prompt, so we need a blue, a book that is the lowest rated, but that is also has a historical setting, so from somewhere between 50 plus years ago. So let's go find that book. Okay, so that took me some time to find. My Goodreads for some reason was just not letting me sort properly by ratings, so I just had to like scroll manually through my own TBR to find the lowest rating and like remember what it was. But I'm pretty sure this is definitely at least one of the lowest ratings. It is Mr. Darcy Vampire by Amanda Grange. It has a 2.89 rating on Goodreads, so that's low. Like anything under a 3 is definitely going to be in the lowest ratings, and I'm assuming, because it's like called Pride and Prejudice Continues, I'm assuming it's going to be set, yeah, oh yeah, there's a date on the top, 1802, so definitely set over 50 years ago. It's not a huge book, it's like 308 pages. This is one of my sisters. Yeah, I'm guessing it's about Mr. Darcy being a vampire. I have no idea. It's not very well rated, so I don't have high hopes for it, but it does actually fit a prompt for my Aurelian readathon, which is lovely. So yeah, this is the book that I will be reading for lowest rated with a historical setting, which I'm happy because that's the first time a historical setting's come up. So I like getting new prompts. Lowest rated has come out before, but historical setting has not. A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A blue. I'm getting lots of blues today. Seen It, the adaptation. So for See the Adaptation, I was looking at my books and I was like, what could I read? I could read this. But then I was like, you know what? Let's be kind to myself. We're not even half around the board. I'm going to pick Haikyuu. This is volume 22 of the series. I want to continue on with the manga because we're apparently getting a final movie to the anime at some point. Everyone just wants another season, but I don't know when it's going to be finished. I have all of the volumes here, so I might as well finish it. This is the next volume that I need to read. We are in the Nationals. This, I think, continues on. I can't remember. It's been a while since I read the book, but because I have also watched the anime, I know the series quite well. But yeah, I'm excited to carry on reading this. I really love Haikyuu. It's one of my favorite sports anime, and I really like the sports manga as well. So this will be the prompt for seeing the adaptation. Next. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have a red. So let's do the green first. So we need to get a book box books. I've been excited for this one to come out because I have not read any book boxes yet. So yeah, but what is our red gonna be? Dun dun dun. Okay, let's go back to the start. Okay. That is not what we wanted. So we got to go back to the start, which we did not want, but that's fine. A lot more manga is going to make it onto this TBR now. But for book box, I picked The Valkyrie. Yeah, The Valkyrie. This is by Kate Hartfield, and I got this in the Locked Library book box, so it has these lovely sprayed edges, and has like a nice gold foiling on the front. I picked this because it was one of my thinnest ones. Since we were back at the beginning, I don't know how many more books we're going to get. It's 311 pages. I have a pretty open August, so like I'm cool with having lots of books because I'm pretty confident at the moment that I can get them all done. But yeah, so this is the next book. So that's our 4th book, 5th like book overall, and we are back at the beginning. So yeah, let's just get on with the next roll. So back to the start. Let's hope for big numbers. And we get a 2, which is not a big number. So what green have we got? A UK author. For UK author, to be kind to myself, I'm going to continue on with Heartstoppers. This is volume 2. What's her name? Yeah, Alice Oseman is English, so this counts. I haven't read volume 1 yet as I'm filming this, but it will be easy enough to do. And I think this still is, yeah, this is still in season 1 of the series. I know the actual trailer has just dropped, I think, for season 2, but I have yet to watch it. So that's another easy one on the TBR. Yeah, on to the next row. Right, let's go again. Let's not get this red. We got another 2, which is a jar. And it's another series pick. We have yet to land on the manga jar. So for our series pick, let's pick, oh no, don't look into it. Let's grab this one. There's 2 there, but I didn't see either of them. This one, oh no. Oh no. This is Monsters of Men, which I'm not sure which number it is of the book, but let me grab the first one. Okay, so Monsters of Men is the third book in the series, but I will be reading the first one, which is The Knife of Never Letting Go. This is by Patrick Ness. It is the first book in a trilogy, I think. I don't know much about it. I think it's a post-apocalyptic book. I know there was a movie relatively recently, I believe maybe with Tom Holland in, called Chaos Walking. I think that's what this series is called. Yeah, I know nothing about it. I don't really want to know much about it. I kind of just want to go into it empty, see what, and enjoy it. I have read one book by Patrick Ness before. No, that's a lie. I've read two books by Patrick Ness before, and I have enjoyed his writing, so I am looking forward to reading these. I do also own all three of them, so I will be able to finish this series. Okay, I know I said I had some time in August, but yeah, this is getting crazy now. 6, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A blue and a green, so we'll go blue first. My most recent purchase, but also an audiobook. Okay, so the most recent purchase I can get as an audiobook. Okay, so I was just checking Audible for the most recent audiobook that I have purchased, and it's actually Page Boy by Elliot Page. This is a memoir of his, I'm assuming talking about his life, obviously, as an actor, but also realising that he was transgender and coming out and such. So a nice, easy audiobook to put in, non-fiction. I really enjoy listening to memoirs and autobiographies by audiobook, especially if they are read by the author, which I assume this one is. So that will be the book that I will be listening to for these two prompts. Right, let's go again with another 6. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another spinner. Still on series. That's 3 series picks in one game. So we have another series pick, the third in a row. It'd be lovely to get a series that I actually have already started, but we will just go with this one. Is that one? Yes. Which is not a series I have started. Let me grab it. So I pulled out book 2, but I haven't read book 1 yet, and that is the Mary Jane novels by Judith O'Brien. These are not very big, which is nice. Yeah, it's just over 215 pages, so it won't take me too long to read. These books are about Mary Jane from the Spider-Man series. My sister has read this one, and these are actually her books, but I'm excited to read it. I do like Mary Jane. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this does at all, because I have no idea. I'm not going to read the synopsis, because we're going to read it. Okay, let's also go for another 6 would be great. We got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another red, another blue and green. We have not landed on any blacks today, which is a bit sad. So we've got a sci-fi with a primary colour on the spine. I do not really have that many sci-fi, so let's try and find one that fits. Okay, so I had some trouble with these prompts because I don't actually own that much sci-fi, so I'm not even sure why the prompt's in here because I don't really read that much sci-fi, but I do want to, so I guess that's why I put the prompt in. Anyway, I managed to find a volume of manga that has a primary colour spine and I think is a sci-fi, and that is Ultimo, or what is it? Karakuri Doji Ultimos. This is like original concept was by Stan Lee, and then the story and art is by, I believe, the guy that did, what did he do? He did something, I can't remember exactly. He did Shaman King. So yeah, and I think it is a sci-fi. It deals with, I believe, like kind of mech or like AI or cyborg-esque humans. So because I'm assuming it's a sci-fi, this is what I'm going to use. If I am wrong down the line, that's fine. It will still count for the prompt. But yeah, I only own volume 1 of this, and I kind of want to see if I actually want to keep it or just unhaul it and like it. So this is a good time to do that. And it's another manga as well to get on the list. Okay, so we have 2 reds still we do not want to hit, but we do have a black that I would love to hit. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's just a red. What is it going to be? Oh. Roll dice, go back that amount. Okay, that's fine. That is not a bad red. And 1. And it lands just on the black. Lovely. Okay. So, we want to spin a wheel and we want a black. So, let's do the spinner wheel first. Oh. Yes. Okay, we've got a manga spinner wheel for the first time. And the black is to read for 2 hours straight. I might have to read a couple of manga volumes to do that because manga usually only takes me about an hour to read. We'll see. Okay, so this is actually the first time that the manga jar is making its debut in this game. This is the 4th spinner jar for the game, but the first time we're actually using the manga, so I'm just going to quickly shuffle. I just have the names of all the series I own written on slips of paper. So, okay, here we go. It is Kuro Corpse, so let me grab this. Okay, so the series I picked was Kuro Corpse, which is the Kuro Corpse, which is the Kurosaki Corpse delivery service. Now, I own 2 volumes of these, and I think I'm going to put both of them on the TBR because the challenge was to read for 2 hours straight. to get a reward. One book wouldn't take me 2 hours, but two I might take 2 hours reading, so I will just sit one day and read both of them. I will time myself, because if I read them under 2 hours and it's not the 2 hours, I won't take the reward. But if I do manage it, I will take the reward. I might read really slow and really take everything in. But yeah, I will leave out this little bit of paper because I do only own two. And I really want to see actually if I want to carry on with the series. I remember reading the first one years and years ago and I did enjoy it. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of like reread it and then read the second volume and see if I like it. It is about 5 young students at a Buddhist university find their little core from their job skills in Tokyo, so among the living that is, but their studies give them a direct line to the dead who are trapped in their corpses and can't move on to the next reincarnation. Whatever you die from, they'll carry your body anywhere it needs to free the soul. So yeah, I can't remember a lot about it, but I do remember I enjoyed it. So we shall see what I think. So if we get a 5 or a 6, this is the last roll. So let's see. We got a 2, a green. Let's see what we've got. Released pre-2000s. Okay, so our pre-release 2000 book, I'm actually going to go for Emma by Jane Austen. I listen to these on audiobooks, so that's kind of why I picked it. I only actually have 2 of her novels left to read, Emma and Northanger Abbey. So yeah, this is the one I'm going to pick. I don't know much about Emma. I've never actually watched any of Emma's adaptations or stuff. I know it's quite a few people's favourites, but I'm assuming it's going to have like the typical Jane Austen fare, and I'm looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed the books that I've listened to before by Jane Austen, so I look forward to listening to this as well. On to what is hopefully our last roll. Right, so we need a 3, and we got a 5. Awesome. So, for our green prompts, we have a manga, which is perfect. For our blue prompt, less than 100 ratings, and for our black prompt, to read in a day. That is a beautiful array. So I have had absolutely terrible luck looking for any manga that I have that is less than 100 ratings, so I'm going to pick a different blue prompt. So I'm actually just going to like fan them out, not look, and pick this one, which is a person on the cover, which is a much easier prompt for a manga. So yeah. And for our final stop, we are going to continue on with Boys Over Flowers with volume 22. It has a person on the cover, it's a manga, and I will read it in one day and get a reward, which I'm very excited about. So in total we have 12 books, although I've put on a 13 for myself for this month, but there is a lot more manga. So let me share with you what these books are. Okay, so these are my graphic novel and manga prompts. We had Seen the Adaptation, a UK author. This was for a sci-fi with primary colour on the cover. This was a manga jar pick, and this was my end spot, which was a manga that has a person on the cover. I did forget, I have the audiobook, which is my most recent purchase, which is Page Boy by Elliot Page. And then these are all the novel books that I have for this month. We have Emma, which was for a pre-2000 book. This was a jar pick. This was a jar pick. Valkyrie was a book box. Fallen Half of the Royal Guard was a book with an adult main character. This was a jar pick. And this was for my lowest rated, that was a historical setting, so 50 plus years ago. Whew. So these plus my audiobook are my reading books for the month. I'm actually okay with it. Some of these do fit for my Aurelian prompts, but some do not at all. So let me know if you have read any of these, what you're planning on reading in August. If you're taking part in Aurelian, I'd love to know your TBR, what you're going for, what classes you're doing. Like I said, that video should be up soon-ish. I'm going to work really hard on getting it up soon and actually editing these videos in a timely manner. Thank you guys so much for anyone that has subscribed to me. I did also notice I had some comments on the last video that I had missed. My notifications are now turned on, so I should hopefully not miss them in the future. But thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you again very soon. Bye.